Hello everybody, this is just a very quick video. It'll be a real-time, hopefully short, but we'll see because I'll post it on YouTube and see what they say. I just wanted to create a quick little video about how I determine whether or not a character design is ready to go as far as shape language. We're going to do a facial one today, and then I'll show you how I build bodies. But essentially, all I do, minimize this, exit, have clock up, and if I can complete the sketch of the character in its roughest, loosest state in about 5 minutes, then I know that that character design is strong enough shape language that I can continue creating details on top of it. We'll be using our wonderful character over here. I'll put him over here in the corner for you. We want to be doing the one on the left because he's my newest character. I lost the page. Give me a second. I am not always as organized as I'd like to be. There we go. Shrink it up. Bloop. Bloop. Now the thing is, this character, which I'll go into more detail on who he is in the cleanup stage for the next sketch, but essentially all I want to do is identify his key shapes and see how fast I can do that before adding anything else. So the head, the hair, and the more defined features of the hair. So hopefully the clock will play nicely with me because it doesn't always, and we will see how it goes. So start with a circle for the head. Add the bubble up here. We're keeping it nice and loose because the idea is that I want to be able to know that I can shorthand this character if I ever want to work with him in a storyboard. So at this stage we're just keeping it loose, and then if I have extra time I go in and I clean it up a little bit. So now I go in with my brush, erase some of the features, and I start defining things. Does it have to be clean by the end of the 5 minutes? No. But if I can identify the character more cleanly by that point, then I know I don't have to go and redesign him so he's faster to be drawn. Because it's not about the amount of details, it's more about whether or not you can create those details in a keen amount of time. Now, I learned this when I was in college because it's called gesture drawing, and it's a good thing to do when you're doing life drawings, but it's especially useful for character design because it forces you to think more about the way the character looks overall instead of just the basics and getting too fixated on details. The only problem is that that clock has a tendency to make my computer not like me. So as I'm defining the details more, I just keep it loose. Do the best that I can to make sure that it continues to look kind of on model as best I can. Defining the smaller features, regardless of how on model they may or may not be. Fixing things I know affect the look of the character when it's not drawn correctly. And now we see if I have time for one more pass. I will not be speeding up this video at all, so we'll just see if I have time to create one more pass to clean him up just a little bit more. Again, we're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking that he's identifiable by his key shapes as close to on model, but not perfectly on model as possible. that out. One more pass just to get that hair a little bit better. Hopefully we have time. We have about a minute. That should be loosely enough to just fix some of the elements that are bugging me. Two, three. Fix the ear. Fix the eye. Make sure the eye bags are identifiable. And at this stage, if you still have a minute, then see how much more cleaning you can do within that minute. I don't think we'll be on time, unfortunately, but he is definable, and that is our key here. His shapes are easily depicted, and even though they're not perfect, we know who he is. You can tell his expression clearly. I think reels can only be like 2 minutes long, unfortunately. As much as I'd love for this to be a 3-minute plus video. No, I think it's gonna have to go on my regular page. And there you have it. So he's pretty identifiable and easy to clean up in his shapes. I might post this to my Facebook too, I don't know. I don't share my Facebook publicly, but we'll see. So then, from here, I've been able to identify his shapes, and while not everything is perfectly in place, there's things that I missed. Generally speaking, he's on model enough that we could recognize him. So I'm going to do another separate video where we talk about how we define line cleanup at this stage, and we'll work from there. Thanks so much for hanging out. My name is Sketchframestudio. You can call me Ink, and I hope you guys have a carpe diem day.